welcome. I'm Kristine Lopez, local realtor and co-founder of Elevate Vision. And today I have my friend Marsha Lambert with Inviting Home Staging with us. Hi, Marsha.
Hi.
Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. So I invited Marsha on here because I wanted to let you guys know about what she does. And also, she was so informative. We had lunch a couple weeks ago about what she does and how she can help me as a realtor and how she can help some of my sellers. So to start off with, Marsha, tell us what you do and a little bit about your company and how it started.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so the name of the company is Inviting Home Staging and Styling. I'm an accredited staging professional in ASP, and also a certified buyer's trend specialist and a senior staging specialist for those that qualify for Proposition 19. And soon to be short-term real estate staging specialist. That was a
Oh, is
mouthful.
that for like vacation renters or
Right. For vacation rentals, short-term rentals, etc. And yeah, basically, I work with realtors, investors, homeowners to market and merchandise properties to sell faster and for more money. That's basically what it is that I do. We offer vacant and owner-occupied staging. We are an award-winning solutions provider. We come from a place of service, and so we really feel that our skill and our strategy and our creativity really invite a sense of home that connects with home buyers, their emotions and their psyche and their behaviors.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we understand really, as the seller should, that the buyer's perception is really the seller's reality. Because at the end of the day, home is really, it's more than a place. It's really a feeling. And this started because, you know, they always say kind of gravitate towards things that you naturally do, that
Mhm.
just come naturally for you and that you really enjoy. Even things that are therapeutic, maybe business opportunities for you. And that's how inviting home staging started. I, over the years, found myself always repurposing home items, and when I get stressed, I move furniture around and, I could spend, uh, just hours in like places like Home Goods, just, rearranging vignettes and putting this art piece over here, this chair over here, this lamp over here together, and those kind of things. So
I need to
anyway,
go to my house and
that's
do
just
that.
kind of how it all just kind of started. And I just paid attention to that one day and went and got trained and accredited and was off to the races.
That's crazy because, before meeting you, I mean, obviously I know about home staging, but I had no idea there was even an accreditation for home
Oh yeah.
stagers.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it's very important because you know, we are trained to appeal to, like I said, to that emotional, that psyche, that psychological aspect of a buyer when they come in. We are
So
trained
is that
to,
what you
how to make
train
that eye move around the room, how to downplay challenges with the home, how to, shine light, spotlight, focal points, how to make the rooms look bigger. A lot of that is with color, with placement of furniture, strategically placed things, and make it look more modern and on trend. So we're taught those insider tips and tricks that interior designers also understand. We do use those principles
Yeah, a lot of people think
to
they can just watch HGTV and they have a good sense of style and they're like, I'm going to be a home stager. But
exactly.
you
And
don't
it
realize
doesn't work that
the
way
troubleshoot that
because
goes behind
really what they're staging for the camera.
it. Right.
And if you pay attention to that, that's really what it's all about because it's a television show, but this is reality. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously these are real homes. I think, yeah, obviously that they're selling, but um, it's just a different take and a different approach. But
Absolutely.
90%, according to the National Association of Realtors, 90% of people actually view a home before showing. So those photos, with all that said, those photos are very important. You want picture perfect photos. They do speak a thousand words.
Especially nowadays, we're so tech savvy. Like, I mean, all of my buyers, every single one of them are going online before, or I'm even sending them links to these homes before they even step foot in it. So it is
Right.
important as a stager to have it camera ready, but also real life ready.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah,
so for my
absolutely.
sellers, like I know a lot of times with my sellers, I always get this opposition, like, I don't want to spend the money on a stager. I think it's just a waste of money. So how would you tell people like me and to tell my clients
Yeah.
that this is absolutely what you need to do? This is a value. I know you have beautiful furniture, but how do you combat that?
Well, you really cannot afford not to stage, to be honest with you. Even if that just means a consultation, of a stager coming in and giving you the information so that you can make an educated decision. You know, um, as a realtor,
Mhm.
if you want to brand yourself and position yourself as a full service realtor, it's expected almost that you will bring in someone who will give an objective opinion. This takes the realtor out of um, that situation and lets them focus on what they do best, and that's real estate sales.
Right.
You wouldn't try to be the appraiser, you wouldn't try to be the inspector, you wouldn't try to be the handyman. You need to bring in, an expert who
So just
can.
being a part of the team.
Right, exactly. Who will partner with you in helping at the end of the day, the more the house sells for, the more money you make as a realtor.
Correct.
So we have that same goal,
Makes.
is to sell that home as fast as possible and to get as much as you possibly can. And not only that, it's been proven, statistics do show that appraisers and inspectors, um, appraisers will actually value the home for what it's worth, and inspectors will see that home very well cared for when it is staged. And
Oh, that's
staging also includes making sure that the paint is touched up, or things are decluttered, and some of those small minor repairs are taken care of. Those things, that's part of staging too. So
that's
it's
kind
not
of
just
going to
the.
go to the psychology part of it, like you were saying. It's just not for the buyers walking in. It's for the other
Exactly,
people who have to value, like
the whole
appraisers are
package.
so important. Like we
Exactly.
want them to say
And
this
if
house
you
is great.
Yeah, and staging is an investment.
Mhm.
It really is. Don't, I encourage people to think about it as such. Um, I think the NAR, I think their stat is National Association of Realtors has said that staged homes sell 88% faster and up to 20% more. Bank Rate, I think, has quoted the return on investment as over 500%. Because if you think about it, the longer your home stays on the market, you still have the mortgage, you still have utilities, property taxes, all that is still continuing your carrying costs.
Yeah.
So your first price reduction typically is more than what it costs to stage. You
Yeah.
figure price reduction is going to be what, at least 20,000 or something. I
At
mean,
least.
we're talking about, it's all relative, but it's so, if you think about it, it's really a must do. It's becoming part of the process. I just wanted to say a couple more things about that, because this is really, really important, because it does boil down to the money, right? For people, for the most part, when it comes to staging, it's also tax deductible, according to the IRS publication 523. It falls under the advertising for the sale of a property. So you can deduct. Now, of course, consult with your CPA, because everybody's different, but look up publication 523 IRS, and it is tax deductible.
That is
Um,
so fascinating. I remember you mentioned that, and I was like, what? Because
yeah,
that alone will help me as a realtor sell this to my clients, that this is
absolutely.
a must have.
Yeah, absolutely. And lastly, there are also concierge services out there. I am a vendor
Mhm.
with a couple, and what they do is they will front load the money to the seller, um, and get paid at closing.
Oh, interesting.
So yeah,
You're not
and
feeling the
so
tension up
yeah,
front.
right, right. And so
Okay.
there's avenues like that, and of course realtors can negotiate that as well if they're willing to pay for the staging itself. Typically, the realtor will pay for the consultation as a full service option in their marketing package
Mhm.
for the client. So
I love
that's
it. That's a great
typically
tip.
how that goes.
Yeah, well, and that's also a great negotiating tip for me, again, as a realtor, to say, look, I'm going to pay for this, but knowing that there's these concierge services to be able to
Right,
pay on the back end. And it makes it a little bit more palatable for even a realtor who's covering the cost. Because I'm
right,
finding that in this market, because the inventory is so low, to be more competitive and to get the business, a lot of people, a lot of realtors in general, are covering the cost of staging, which, as you know, is typically covered by the seller.
right,
So knowing
right.
that there's a concierge service that will pay this on the back end is phenomenal. It's so cool for me. Anyways, I had no idea until right now.
Yeah, it's a win-win. You
Yeah.
know, it's a win-win-win actually,
Yeah,
for the stager, for the realtor, and for the seller. So,
definitely. So let's just talk about a couple myths before we go. What are some of the top myths about home staging?
okay. Well, you just mentioned one. It's too costly. It's not affordable. It's not worth it. So we kind of covered that.
Yes,
Um, One myth is staging in a hot seller's market. Some feel it's not necessary.
I get that
Well,
on that
yeah, yeah, especially in
right
this past year or so. But here's the thing. Why leave money on the table in any market? Really, staging is good in any market. Um, yes, the home may sell fast. You may have multiple over asking offers, but again, you want to create an emotional connection to that home,
now. Mhm.
because homes come and go on the market. They may find something cheaper, they may something that offers this or that they didn't see. But if there you have a better chance of closing that deal when there is a connection to the property. And
Yeah,
a professionally trained stager will create those lifestyle stories, and create some sort of connection for that, for the most likely buyer, for that home.
right. And like you
um,
mentioned too, it will also help knowing that the appraiser is going to come in and
that too.
look at it, that you will more likely to have it appraised due to staging, because it
Right.
it creates that emotional connection, I think, even with them, not just the buyer.
Right. Yeah. And just to give you some stats on that, again, the NAR says that 97% of buyers agents
Mhm.
agree that staging impacts their client's connection to a property. And only 1 in 10 people can envision living in a vacant home, how their stuff would fit, what their lifestyle is. Um, Buyers only linger in a property for about 6 to 7 minutes, where when it's staged, they're closer to 30 to 40 minutes.
Well, that's fascinating.
Yeah, 81% of buyers find it easier to see a staged property as their new home, right? And
And it
so,
gives a lot more visual interest, so it allows people to stay there longer.
right,
Yeah,
right,
that is so
absolutely.
cool.
And
Well,
one of the other myths, if we could just cover one more, if you don't mind, one of the other myths is, people feel that staging is just decorating. It's
right,
interior design, and anybody with an eye can do it. Okay, we get that a lot. Staging is a marketing tool, is what it is. And if you think, you know, stage to sell versus decorating to dwell, that is the difference. Even though we do use design principles, we apply them in a way that is for selling a property, not living in a property. Okay. Um, so again, we talked about what the goals were with
right.
staging. We know how to subliminally make the rooms feel bigger, more on trend, highlight those strengths, play those weaknesses of the home. That is an art and a science of what it is that we do.
What was what you said? Designed to sell? That you're
Uh,
marketing
no, stage to sell,
stage to
design to dwell. Or yes,
okay.
stage to sell,
Stage to sell, design
design to
to sell.
dwell.
So I
Exactly.
love
So
that
if you think
concept.
about it like that, that's really the difference. And it's not just plopping something in a spare space in a corner just because, you
Right.
know,
It's very intentional.
it's strategic.
Yeah.
It really is strategic what it is that we do. So
Yeah. No, I love that
that's
because
another myth.
yeah. Well, I love that you're saying that it is a marketing tool, because it truly is
Hmm.
designed or staged to sell designed to
Designed to dwell.
dwell. Yeah, and I love that because it is, you're not trying to create an emotional connection for the sellers to stay. You're trying to do the emotional connection for the buyers to buy.
Right,
So I love that.
right, right.
And so, Marsha, how can we get a hold of you? What's your website? And do you have an social media?
Yeah, well, okay. So my website is invitinghomestaging.com. Please take a look at that for our contact information and learn more about us and see some samples of our work. And also read our blog. You know, we have a blog that's for buying, selling, living. So it's a really nice blog that touches on a lot of different topics.
Is that also
Um,
on your website?
what's that?
Is that also on your website?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
it is on the website as
I'll link it
well.
in the bio.
Yes, as far as the social, we are rebranding right now, so that stay tuned for more of that to come.
Great.
And the lastly thing I want to say is, you know, if you're thinking about working with a stager, what should you look for? Professionally trained, okay? One that is a member of a staging association, because just like realtors, we abide by a code of ethics as well. And we also are constantly getting trained on, you know, keeping abreast of trends and developments, just like realtors are. We're getting those designations, those little letters after our names, you know,
Gotta love a
that
letter.
shows that we're continually learning and growing, you know, with the times, right?
Right.
Um, and one that is insured. You know, we are insured, you know, for liability. And also, lastly, you know, one who will partner with you and work in conjunction with you and your client, you know, for the good of the team. Okay,
Yes.
that's a really important aspect of who you choose as a stager. And be aware of those low ball pricers, you
Yeah,
know,
because you get
these
what you pay
untrained
for.
hobbyists who do watch a lot of HGTV, which is awesome. I watch it too.
Don't
But,
we?
you know, feel that, you know, this is just, again, I have an eye for it. I can just do it. So
Right.
beware of those low ball pricers who really don't understand what staging is all about. And um, yeah, yeah.
Well, that's been super informative. And I'm looking forward to getting a couple listings and having you on my team because, first of all, I like you. And I think that's really important when you like the people that you work with. But the
Absolutely.
fact that you're so knowledgeable, so I'm super excited. And I'm excited to share your information with other people too, because you're just a phenomenal person. You're a woman in business. I just respect you. And it's just not disrespect. I just respect you. That's me talking too fast. So I just really appreciate you coming on today. And I look forward to working with you soon. And I'm going to link all your contact information in the bio.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate this. And yeah, I look forward to working with you. I like working with like-minded people, you know, in business. And so, yeah, I look forward for more to come.
Yes, absolutely. Well, Marsha, you have a wonderful day and we'll chat
Thank
soon.
you.
All
Thank
right.
you. Bye now.